After our stay at Death Valley National Park, we traveled 375 miles to the west and a little north to Dunlap, California, to set up our home base for visits to Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks. Welcome to Kings Canyon National Park. Kings Canyon is located in East Central California. Adjacent to Sequoia National Park, it shares the same backbone, the Sierra Nevada mountains. Kings Canyon was established as a national park in 1940, is 865,000 acres in size, and averages 650,000 visitors per year. Good morning. We are in Kings Canyon National Park. It feels so good here. I don't know what the elevation is. It's over 6,000 feet, I think. It's about 55 degrees. It just feels so good. And we are looking for the General Grant tree. It's one of the 3 largest trees in the world. It's also known as the nation's Christmas tree, I think they call it. So yeah, we're excited. We're starting to see some of the big sequoias, and it's just, there's no words to describe the size of these things when you see them. Just simply unbelievable. The first thing we're going to do here is walk through what's called the fallen monarch. It's a fallen tree that you can actually walk inside of. All right, let's check this out. What'd you think of that?
That's pretty cool. Look at this. Look at the root system here.
Wow. The fallen monarch sheltered some of the park's early visitors. Construction crews slept in beds inside the hollow log. The cavalry kept their horses in it. Wow. Pretty cool. This is the General Grant, one of the 3 largest trees in the world. You can see the scar here from a fire. Just simply amazing. The General Grant tree is 268 feet high, has an estimated weight of 1,254 tons, has a 40-foot diameter at its base, making it the world's widest known sequoia, and is estimated to be 1,700 years old. Yeah, the bark is so soft.
Is it soft?
Yeah. This tree was cut in 1875 and a 16-foot section sent to the Philadelphia Centennial Exhibition of 1876. Only the outer shell was exhibited, the parts being reassembled after shipment. Eastern people refused to accept the exhibit as part of a single tree and called it a California hoax. Three of the first 4 national parks protected giant sequoias. As a result, the National Park Service Arrowhead logo features a sequoia silhouette. The Kings Canyon Byway takes you into one of the deepest canyons in North America. Inside the park, the byway crests at around 6,500 feet, then plunges 2,700 feet to the wild and scenic Kings River. What a beautiful drive it was. All right, we just drove about 23 miles down into the canyon and we are at Grizzly Falls. So we're going to go take a look at it. Can't wait to see it. Roaring Falls is a great name for this waterfall. Although it's only about 20 feet high, the narrow opening creates a powerfully gushing fall. All right, we're going to hike the Zumwalt Meadow Trail. It's 0.8 miles from where we're at right now, and it should give us a beautiful view of a meadow in between these rocky cliffs. Unfortunately, the meadow trail was partially closed due to flooding, but we were still able to capture this beautiful setting from the valley floor. We're out here looking for the John Muir rock where he supposedly gave a speech. Leslie has a little more details. on the event, but can't seem to find it unless that's it right there. We're at the end of the road down in the canyon, and wondering if that's it. Well, we found it. This is it. This is going to make Leslie happy. All right, it's going to be a little windy, but I think we found Muir Rock, so.
We're sitting on it. So John Muir, who was a huge influencer in national parks, gave a speech on this rock. So kind of cool to see the rock. He made such a great impact on the national parks and preserving the beauty.
Yep. Okay, well, this is the end of the canyon, and we're going to head back. It's been a fun day. Really enjoyed it. It is a beautiful park.
It is.
Good morning. We have made it to the trailhead. What we're going to do is we're going to hike what's called the Heart Tree Trail. And then we're not going to go all the way around and take the Sugar Bowl Trail, which is a 10-mile loop. Here, I'll show you. So this is where we're at. We're going to take the Heart Tree and Fallen Goliath loop all the way down. There's where the Heart Tree is. There's the Fallen Goliath. And then instead of taking the Sugar Bowl Trail all the way around, that's the 10-mile trail. We're going to hop on this trail here, which follows the creek, and come back up to where we are. I don't know how many miles that's going to be. We're at 6,215 feet elevation. It's about 45 degrees, a little chilly. But wow, this is just beautiful up here. Excited for the hike. I mean, we're just 50 yards into the hike and already come up to a giant. I am just so amazed by the size of these things. Unbelievable.
Look at it. Look how that looks on the bark. It looks like pieces of shale. You know how shale looks? That's so cool. It feels, the bark feels so different.
All right, so we're going to continue left here on the Heart Tree Trail, and then once we get through that, we'll come back up this direction from this trail right here, which is the Redwood Creek Trail. I tell you what, I am just blown away by the size of these sequoias. I'm stopping about every 100 feet, it seems like, to take a picture or a video. We may never get through this hike. It's amazing how they've all got fire damage. I guess when you live to be 1,500 to 2,000 years old, you're going to see some fires. Okay. This is one tree that has fallen down.
I climbed a sequoia tree.
Wow. How was that?
That was fun. That's the only way you can climb them.
We've come to the log cabin. This fallen tree must have been converted into a home. Let's go look at it.
Flashlight.
Look at the size of these. Wow. These things are humongous. I guess if you ever get hungry out here,
Corn cob.
maybe they're edible.
And they're everywhere around here.
I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to look it up when we get back to the RV.
Yeah, you can come this way.
All right, we've made it to another landmark on the trail, the heart tree. Let's go up and take a look at it. We're about 3.5 miles into the hike, and we have come to a monster. This is the heart tree. It's one of the 20 largest sequoias in the world, and it's massive. It's the first time I've seen one that has a big branch like that growing out the side of it. I wish I had $1 for every time I said there's a big one. All right, we're at the trail junction where we're going to hop on the, I guess I'm going to call it the creek trail, and head back up to the parking lot. Looks like we've gone about 4.5 miles so far, and we've been on the trail for a little over 4 hours. All right, another trail junction. We're going to go to the right to the parking area. I want to say we got a couple miles walking alongside the creek on the way out. It's been a pretty steady incline since we got on the trail taking us back to the parking lot. Since we're kind of following the creek, I knew we would be going uphill most of the way, but we're still seeing some beautiful sequoias, and I don't think we've got that much further to go before we connect with the Heart Trail and then back to the parking lot. What you got there?
I'm gonna look this up. I forget what the name of it is.
Yeah.
I think it's sugar or something like that.
We know those don't come off the sequoias, even though you would think, as big and burly as a sequoia is, it'd have a big cone like that. But we actually think the cones that come off the sequoias are relatively small.
Yeah.
What's that?
These are what we think come off the sequoia. We're gonna have to look it up to be sure, but
Yeah. And then that big whopper comes off another type of pine of some sort. All right, we've made it back to the junction that we were at earlier. And earlier we went that way down the Heart Trail. This time we're heading back to the parking lot. Well, we dropped our stuff off, our packs, and we're ready to get back on the road and head back. That was an awesome hike. Let's see, it's 1:30. We left at 8. Well, what is that, 5.5 hours? Roughly 5.5 hours. And I have to admit, that was probably my favorite woods hike I've ever done. Hands down.
Yes, it was so peaceful, and the trees and the smells and all the sounds from the birds. It was so like magical in there.
Yeah, if I wasn't created as a human being, and if I was created to be a tree, the sequoia would be the tree I'd want to be. They are just so burly and massive. Just awesome. Awesome to see them.
It was.
All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up our stay at Kings Canyon, and that's it back there. My favorite thing here for sure was the Redwood Canyon area where we hiked in that huge sequoia grove. They say that may be the best grove of sequoias anywhere in the world, and I would find it hard to believe you could find a place any better. We hiked the Heart Trail. It was 7 to 8 miles, and just fantastic. By far my favorite thing here in the park.
Yeah, that was a really nice hike. My favorite was the Kings Canyon Scenic Byway, and stopping at the waterfalls. It was really pretty.
Yeah, it was. If you're coming to Sequoia, which is the more popular park, Kings Canyon and Sequoia, they butt right up to each other. So make sure that you spend at least a day in Kings Canyon. You won't be disappointed.
Right. I liked Kings Canyon every bit as I did Sequoia. You see tons of sequoias too, so not really sure why people favor Sequoia over Kings, but I think they're both awesome.
Yep, they are. All right, guys. You guys take care, and we'll see you later.
See ya.